All right, everyone, this is Ben from Cheddar Flow back with another video, and I turned it to dark mode today, our chart here, because it's starting to get interesting in the market. I expect the next 3 weeks of May to be the most volatile, or at least one of the most volatile ranges of time for the year of 2022. I have a lot of other metrics outside of just order flow to kind of help with that. Not going to explain that in this video, but what I am going to explain is what we may see this week, along with the following 2 weeks with this possibility of increased volatility, or at least this window of it. So you guys are going to want to stick around and watch this one. If you remember the last few videos, the predictions have been pretty spot on lately. So you are going to want to check this one out. And basically going right into it, we did see a lot of continuous put flow from especially Friday of last week and the entire week in general. However, what I do want to note is we had a lot of short-dated orders that people were trading throughout the day, and these actually did end up hitting throughout the day at some point. We did fall back, but we saw a lot of these 5-6 orders here for that expiration of May 6th, pretty far out of the money with a lot of premium behind them. So there were people trading those, especially throughout the day's volatility, and we're probably going to see a lot more of these in the future, especially if volatility continues like I am expecting it to. You'll see a lot of these zero-day expiration trades taking place. One thing I do want to note are these 3 orders right here. We have an $11.7 million in premium, 388 put for that June 17th expiration. This is very, very unusual. We posted this on the Twitter account. This is an opening order because that the volume is above the open interest. Plus, look at this right here. It's above the ask. So most likely it was being bought. Remember, we never can know exactly what the intention was of each order. Any service out there that claims to know if it's a buy or sell is incorrect. All they are doing are taking the variables like I just showed you, for example, above the ask. Also, the volume was above the open interest, and we can assume with higher probability that this was a buy. And we have seen a lot of similar orders be buys, but also this did come near low of day and it closed above this. So we'll have to see for this following week, but they do have some time behind it. So do be weary of orders like these. And we've seen a lot of these, and they've been hitting since like 450. The people that have been doing these orders have literally been winning every single day since 2 weeks ago when it was at 450. So do be careful with these. But what I do want to go over here first is, if you remember from my last video, I had a potential window for accelerated selling or potential crash coming up in the future. Now, we did have that rally. We had a perfect retest as expected. Remember, if you from that video, I talked about this box right here. When price and time meet, which is this box right here, it forms a hard resistance or support. Depends on what where the price is coming from. For example, here, the price was coming from below, so it's going to act as a resistance. It literally hit that box to the tick. This is the same box. I haven't changed it, by the way, and this is the same line that I showed you before. It hit to the tick, fell back down. I think it was off by like 15 points on SPX, but in terms of SPY, it did hit it right on for here, and then fell down and gapped down on here. However, I do believe that this week we are going to see a retest of this line, actually. So my assumption is this double bottom right here is going to have a similar outcome in terms of a couple days after to what we had over here at this double bottom. Double bottoms have been pretty strong during this like bear phase of the market, so you do have to be very careful, especially if you are short because of that double bottom we have here. Look at what happened over here last time. Just a huge rally right off of that. You do want to watch out for something like that over here, especially if we do get a gap up on Monday. If that happens, then definitely the emphasis will be bullish for that Monday and Tuesday. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see one last retest of this line before my turning date of May 16th. May 16th is a turning date. There's a lot of stuff that goes into why I have that. However, if you remember my range from before, it was May 12th to May 20th being a danger time window. May 16th is the day, plus or minus 1 day, that I believe we can have a turn in the market. So, for example, if we do bounce on Monday from this double bottom, bounce all the way up and retest it by around Friday, and retest it maybe Thursday or Friday of this week, that's going to be a very, very good risk reward setup, at least personally for my work. And I will be taking a short position off of that with a stop being on Tuesday of the following week if we just continue to go up off of that. There's a lot of things that go along with that because you do want to make sure you get correct risk reward. This is my risk reward in this box right here that I have. So it's roughly 430 to 440. That is a wide range. However, in the market's volatility right now, we easily could see that in a day. So I will be trading accordingly with the correct amount of money. But this is going to be something to note going forward here because A lot of stuff is lining up right now with my predictions. We are below this big diamond pattern, which also is a head and shoulders, which I shared last time in our TA video. Big head and shoulders on these the daily chart here. That's very bearish, plus the fact we broke below the diamond. You can see the 4 lines here. And now we've retested the diamond twice. The fact that we have the double bottom, plus the fact that a lot of people are bearish, like, it is kind of concerning, first of all, because I'm expecting, just based on my work, the models that I have, that we will see some form of accelerating selling or potential crash, like I've shared with you. However, there's a lot of people that are bearish, and a crash does not happen when there's a lot of people that are very, very bearish. So we're going to probably see a big filter of all these people that are in puts right now. And honestly, it could go all the way up till 440 before falling down again after. So that's going to be something to note. You do have to hedge your risk appropriately. It's not like, oh, Ben says that this thing could crash off of 430 or 432. I'm going to go all in puts. It's not how that works. And especially if you're thinking that way, then probably a lot of other retail is as well, and you're going to get squeezed out along with them. So you need to be very careful with this. This is just basically a time window, a danger time window. Does it have to happen? No. But probability is always heightened in these windows that I have. So it's something to note and something to be careful of. Even if you are long-term, you don't even have to trade this. If you're a long-term holder, maybe you just get out for this week. You take your gains if you've been holding for a long time, and you could get back in after that. That could be as simple as that. That's the beauty of especially looking at stuff like order flow and dark pools. We can kind of get a sense on where the market is trending, and you can hedge appropriately no matter if you're a day trader or if you are holding for years. Another reason I think we could see a bounce is these dark pool prints here. So 413.66 had 621 million of accumulation on Friday, along with the fact we had 28 signature prints at this 411.32 level. So we have seen a ton of accumulation at this roughly 411 to 412 level. If you remember that from this past week, so we had 2.9 billion worth at that 413. Also on Monday, we had this massive day, 6.4 billion at the 412. So there's a lot of accumulation down here, and that just gives me even more confidence that we will see some form of a bounce. It may be short-lived, probably is, but that just gives you more confidence that we're going to see that bounce. Plus the fact everyone's super bearish. It's probably not going to fall off a cliff here if a bunch of people are super bearish right now. So you need to kind of get people out of that mindset for a bit. And also, the market likes to go to extremes, so do not expect it to only go to 430. It can keep going up before falling off. So do be careful with that. Remember, the motto of 2022 has been extreme. That's literally the motto. If there's one word for it, it's extreme. You can see with this huge, just massive rally over here, just squeezed out a ton of shorts before falling and collapsing down to new lows. So extreme is the motto, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of the trend. So just be patient, and that's going to be your best bet there. I'm going to keep talking in the Discord group, kind of give you my analysis throughout the week. It's totally free to join, so you can do that below. But yeah, very interested to see what happens. Also, one last thing in this video, note what the dark pool activity is around my box right here. That is something I'm going to be looking for. Remember, all the way up here, we had a $9.2 billion dark pool day. That was a sell. And look at what happened after that massive sell. Now, again, we had a 6.2 billion down here, like I just showed you, which could mean we have a little bit of an uptrend after this. We did have 3 days up here, but we could see some more as well because this low is not taken out over here. So we're still above the low from this day right here. So we can continue going up a little bit higher, but do note what the dark pool activity is here. If there's a ton of it, that could be a lot of unloading before that potential accelerated selling. So something to note, but otherwise, appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll continue to check the order flow in dark pool, and I will see you guys throughout the week.